It's just 1 hour in bike patrol. Starts at 3 p.m. EDT. 1 hour after storm.
I'm so confused. Wasn't that the whole thing I'm arguing? Bro, I'm so confused. I'm so confused. 1 hour ain't bad. That's not the... I'll just ask Maxwell. Well, no, it's not bad. It's not the punishment. I'm gonna be honest. He seems stressed. I didn't want to stress him out anymore. I have no clue what he just said.
You wait. He said something and you didn't hear it.
He said 1 hour bike patrol, but like, I'm confused.
Oh, you're confused. Okay, so he asked if I was taking this over, and I said no because I feel that as a sergeant, he should be able to make the call he wants to make. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're right here. I'll talk to you. Where I'm at with it, I told him to make what the call he chooses. However, I do feel I understand your side and where you're coming from, but I think his side is you are not following a direct order from command, which you weren't following a direct order, correct?
Yeah, agreed.
And for that reason, I'm allowing him to do what he wants. He didn't tell me. I said, you can do it. You don't have to do it. I was going to recommend to cut it in half, but I didn't because I was just like, do your thing. At the end of the day, I'm not going to tell him how to be a sergeant.
Yeah, no, agreed.
But personally, I would have, it's still a teaching moment, whether you have bike patrol or not, because you learned from the situation. I don't think it'll happen again. I don't think you're a bad person for not following that order. I understand where you were at, but at the end of the day, you didn't follow an order from command. That makes sense.
I think one thing I didn't get to explain to him, it's not the punishment. I couldn't care less about the punishment.
Right, which is what he thinks I think is the issue. Mm-hmm.
It's the principle. Like, at the moment, I've never been dabbed. I've never been reprimanded.
Right.
It's the fact I'm being punished for something that I feel is not his decision to make. But I do get his point of I would never put you in a bad situation. I honestly believe him, but in the moment, like,
maybe you needed to hear him say it.
It
right?
wasn't as reassuring. It was.
I'm sure he was. I know him pretty well. I feel like in the cells, he was probably just do it, be done, blah, and walked away or whatever, right?
It very much felt like he was just passing it over because he couldn't be bothered, you know.
Right.
And when I'm being put in a spot where I'm not comfortable doing it because someone can't be bothered, it's kind of like,
yeah,
I don't really agree with this, and I'm not someone that will just sit there and that will just farm it and be quiet.
Did you think that you were gonna lose your job overall, or just the issues with like the court stuff?
I felt like I shouldn't be. Like, yeah, I could lose my job.
Yeah.
And
that's kind of where I felt you were. Which could have cost him his job. You know what I'm saying? So him telling you to do something could have cost him his job as well.
It's like, it was such a little thing. I felt like passing it over and making sure it still got done, but wouldn't put anyone in a situation they didn't want to be in. It was such an easy thing to fix. I don't see why it's been blown out of proportion to where rank gets pulled.
Yeah.
Like, why wasn't Shiesty processing himself? I don't understand.
I think this is more of a TRT thing than a rank thing as well, which I guess he's lead TRT as well. I get what you're saying, but you have to trust your command or trust your leader, right? That they're not going to guide you and to get you, in harm's way or out in the field or cost you your job, on paper in court or You know what I'm saying? So if you don't feel you trust Shiesty as a leader, then that's going to be a problem,
No, I
right?
do trust Shiesty. I think I just needed to hear it in a more like reassuring way than how it was put in
And
the source, you know.
and I get that. I don't think his communication skills are, you know, he's a little more blunt to the point. That's just how he is, and but that's why he's a good officer, right? And what he does.
Yeah,
This is
no,
why it's good
agreed.
to bring somebody in. I think it was a good idea for him to do that and not just cause a back and forth and not get clarity on everything. Because now
Yeah.
I feel like you have clarity. I think the last 18, 19 days of this bullshit with BCSO has caused a lot of stress on everybody.
Shiesty's
And
on
he
a
wasn't
stand on
here.
business mode.
He is. And I think you need to understand that. I think some of what the backlash you're getting is not because of you. I'm going to be honest. I think it's
He was
because of the
unhappy with
bullshit.
the situation as a whole, which he put blame on me when, again, I followed his order. And I wasn't too happy with that. And like I said, even that situation, it wasn't the punishment. He tried to punish me for the original situation as it was. And I kind of like argued my side and he agreed. And it was basically the same thing, what he was giving me. He said I had to lead a bike session, which is exactly the same thing. I'm on a bike. I don't care. That going on a bike isn't the issue. The issue was being reprimanded for something I felt like I hadn't deserved or done, you know? It was, I'll go on a bike all day. I couldn't care less. It's the, you're being punished. I wasn't okay with just standing there and saying, yeah. It's frustrating because I feel like Shiesty will, I know what Shiesty's like. I feel like he's gonna take it.
This is gonna be forgotten. No, this is no, I think this is gonna be forgotten. Like I told him, I told him, I said, I think with all this BCO shit, we just need to let that all out. And then I kind of briefly told him about the meeting yesterday and how we might have a together meeting today and blah 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 blah. And he's like, oh shit. So in his mind, we're still having the clash with them. Again, I don't know what your situation happened specifically before you guys got to the cells. But to him, you weren't following orders. That's what he is focused on. You didn't follow an order he told you to process, and you didn't want to process. So that's what he's fixated on, not, you know, that you thought you might get fired XYZ, that you were not following an order when he gave an order.
It's understandable. Yeah, no, I completely understand his side.
And I think he should have gave you more time to explain it, but so he could explain to you why it's okay, or maybe he didn't fully understand why you thought it was an issue. But I think we got that sorted. So hopefully.
I think as well, when I had the original conversation where they tried to he tried to reprimand me, we had Bean and Ventura in the room as well, literally telling Shiesty, you can't reprimand him for that. But then they went, oh, we're BCSO, we can't tell you what to do. So
okay. Well, I'm gonna talk to him again about other people being there as well. Okay.
Like I said, I don't want to get Shiesty into trouble.
Just do the bike patrol.
Yeah.
No, you won't. Just do the bike patrol. Get somebody else to come out with you. It's not a punishment to everybody. Some people enjoy bike patrol. Maybe he'll pull you off of it sooner. So
like I already said, it's not the actual doing it. I care. It's the principle.
I get it. But at the end of the day, you got to look at, you didn't follow an order, and that's why he's giving you bike patrol. Does that make sense?
Yeah, understood.
It's not any of the other stuff. It's you didn't follow a direct order is where he's at.
But thank you for having my back.
Right,
I appreciate it, Maxwell.
Of course, Miller. Anytime.
Thank you.
Later.